Alright, good afternoon, everyone. Hold on a second. Where'd it go? Turn this alarm off so that, it doesn't go off in the middle of the video again. Okay. Turn this down. Alright. Hi everyone, Melissa again, and today I'm just going to be shooting a quick video about the different products I use with my hair. I know I said I was going to record a video about this for a little while now, and I've finally gotten off my duff to actually do it. So, here we go. First things first, of course, I have my spray bottle with water in it. It's a little bit dirty and stuff, but basically this is filtered, or I guess regular drinking water that comes in the bottle. I tend to use that more than tap water because I found that using tap water ends up giving my hair like this kind of wet towel smell that I don't really like, so I've stopped using regular tap water when it comes to moisturizing my hair during the week. I would just use that. Coconut oil. This is the same stuff I showed you guys in my last video. I put it in this little bottle here, and a couple of drops of tea tree oil. I had that outlined in my last video. I'll probably leave a link somewhere here in the video for you to check that out. Aside from that and the oils, when I had my bout with seborrheic dermatitis, there were a couple of things I used specifically for that issue. The first one was this tea gel shampoo from Neutrogena. This stuff takes care of dandruff, seborrheic dermatitis, and psoriasis of the scalp. And this stuff is really, really strong. Do not let the suds or the rinse off get into your eye. It will burn. This stuff has the active ingredient coal tar, which really helps with psoriasis and eczema of the scalp. This stuff really works when my scalp gets really, really overactive. Aside from that, I tend to stick with just the regular sulfur 8 anti-dandruff shampoo. Similar color and consistency as this stuff. Make sure to read the warning label on this because it does lead to sensitivity to sunlight of the skin when you're using this on your scalp. So you're more prone to getting sunburn on your scalp if you're not careful with this stuff. So just keep that in mind. The next thing I use is the sulfur 8 medicated anti-dandruff spray. This kind of helps with the itching and irritation of the scalp when you're out and about. Like I mentioned in my other video when I was talking about the seborrheic dermatitis, I could not use my coconut oil because apparently the seborrheic dermatitis is kind of like an overactive moment of the yeast on your scalp, and yeast tends to feed on sugars, and since coconut oil does tend to have a little bit of the properties of the coconut in it, like it's a sweeter oil from what I remember. Using this in my scalp did actually cause it to get worse. So I don't think it's an allergy to coconut oil because I can still use it since my scalp is calmed down. But whenever my dermatitis acts up, I have to stop using this and use this stuff maybe 2 times a day, once in the morning, once in the evening, to kind of keep things even. It's very light. It does leave a little bit of a stickiness on your fingers, and it does leave a taste on your fingers. So once I've sprayed this in my hair, massaged it through my scalp, I wash my hands to make sure that the residue from this isn't on my fingers throughout the day. And then once I've finished using the tea gel shampoo in my routine, my hair tends to be very, very dry since this is a very stripping kind of shampoo. I kind of follow up with the Design Essentials Honey Cream shampoo. Now, the only bad thing about this is that the medicated shampoo scent is so strong that the smell of this loveliness does not actually stay in your scalp. But what I do like is how hydrating it is, and it really helps put back the moisture in your hair after you've stripped it with like a really clarifying shampoo or something like that. So I go in with this, and then after that, please excuse the ginormity of this jar. This is the, what are you again? The Express Instant Moisturizer Conditioner from Design Essentials as well. Now, me and a couple of friends, we kind of put together and split one giant jar because this crap is expensive, and it was also very hard to find. Nowadays it's a little bit easier to find it in certain pharmacies over the island. I think Lowe's normally has it, or is it Dream Girls? I think it's Dream Girls Hair and Beauty Shop kind of thing. So you can check them out. They do not always have the giant jars. I find that Dream Girls tends to have the big containers like these, and Lowe's tends to have the smaller containers if you're interested. So yeah, that's basically all of my products. And normally what my routine is when my hair isn't acting up with seborrheic dermatitis is I would just wash with a regular Suave shampoo to kind of strip all the oils and dirt off. I go in with the Design Essentials moisturizing shampoo as well as the conditioner afterwards, and that way my hair is nice and soft and moisturized. And then I would go in at the end once I've dried and retwisted it with a little bit of the coconut oil and tea tree mix, just to give my scalp a little bit more moisture. I only spray the scalp, I don't spray the locks anymore. I think the only time where I actually use oil on my locks is if they're looking really, really dry, and I would spray my whole hair with water and then just, you know, put a couple spritzes of the coconut oil in my hand, rub them together, and just kind of massage it through my locks, and that way there's not too much stuff in my hair. Now, when my hair is acting up with the seborrheic dermatitis, if it's a mild case, I might use just the regular sulfur-8 anti-dandruff shampoo, but if it gets really bad, I would go in with the tea gel shampoo, follow it up with the moisturizing shampoo and conditioner from Design Essentials, and then once all of that is taken care of, I go in on the scalp and spray this through just to make sure things stay moisturized and don't get too dry and ashy, because you got to be very careful with seborrheic dermatitis. If you go too long without washing, it'll actually cause the skin to dry up and become even more inflamed, but you can't over moisturize or over saturate the scalp, because then it'll leave an overly moist environment for the yeast on the scalp to kind of flourish, and you don't want to do that. So you kind of have to have a very specific balance when it comes to that. So I think that's it. That is all of my hair products. The only other thing that I use when it comes to drying my hair is this really, really weird looking bonnet thing. This is my Revlon hair dryer, and it has like this little weird attachment on it, and what it is hooked up to is this weird little pink bonnet. This part goes over the head, and there's a drawstring to kind of tighten everything up, and then it has this long tube right here with an elasticated end that slips over the end of the hair dryer, and then the hot air will go through the tube to the bonnet on your head. I find that this is okay as a portable means of drying your hair. It's not 100% foolproof. I find that my hair is still somewhat damp unless I stay under the bonnet for I think an hour and a half or something like that, but normally I just dry it so that it's not sopping wet. Kind of part my hair into like 2 ponytails or something and let it dry for the rest of the day, or just leave it loose and then let it air dry throughout the day so it doesn't stay damp all day. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all I do for my hair routine. I don't really do very much to it at the moment. When it comes to washing and conditioning my hair, I don't actually take out all of my lock jewelry. Well, the young lady who I bought them from at Realms, and she does have a disclaimer on her site that says that she recommends taking them off when you wash your hair, but seeing as how it was so difficult to put them on the specific locks that I wanted, because the ends of a lot of my locks are a lot fatter than the shaft of the lock. When I started my locks, I didn't properly compress the ends like I did with the rest of the shaft. So once I slid those on there, I wasn't taking them back off because it was going to be too complicated and irritating. So I just pretty much leave them on all the time, which hasn't really caused any issues. I did have to replace some of the jump rings on some of my lock jewelry, but it was fine. So yeah, that's pretty much everything for this video. That's what I use to wash, condition, dry my hair, and style it, and that's pretty much it. Keep an eye out if you see another video with me wearing the exact same shirt. That means that is the video I recorded just after this one. And I had a subscriber ask me to do a quick tutorial on how to do perm rods, so keep an eye out for that, and I will see you guys later.